Hello and welcome to another day in paradise, and welcome to another edition of the Unapologetic Negropian. In today's video, here in Europe we have a news channel called Euronews, and they have this segment which they call No Comment. They try to be independent, as free and as impartial as possible. So what they do is they just stick the video on, they show it to you, and then enable you to come up to your own conclusions. And I find it quite profound because a lot of people will take a look at this video. They'll come out with wildly different conclusions on that video. The news is always given to you in a way to convince you to look at whatever is happening in a certain way, in a certain manner, from a certain perspective, from their perspective. It's kind of like an open secret. The news is always trying to manipulate you. The other week I was watching a video that was made by a gentleman named LAMIN LARSU. And he has a YouTube channel, and essentially this YouTube channel is dedicated to scammers in the Gambia. Now this is a double-edged sword. I'm grateful for what LAMIN LARSU has done. I'm grateful for the video that he made. But in another way, it's kind of sad. It's sad that we have to have a YouTuber out here who has built a YouTube channel purely dedicated to outing those scammers in the Gambia. It just goes to show how much scammers are in the actual Gambia. Now anyway, back to the video. It's only a 6-minute video, but it's such a profound video. The video is called Blaxit Affair with PIXPECTIV Exposed. And I thought, oh, well, I'm not sure what this is going to tell me, but I'm going to watch it anyway. And this is one of the best videos that I've ever watched, because in this video, LAMIN LARSU doesn't come on, he doesn't do a commentary. He simply looked around the internet, chose different videos off the internet, and said, take a listen to what so-and-so had to say. Take a listen to what I had to say. Part of my video is on there. Take a listen to what people are saying, and take a listen more carefully to what Blaxit is saying and to what PIXPECTIV is saying. I looked at it and I thought, my goodness, LAMIN LARSU has found the source of the fire, where this smoke all was coming from. I couldn't find it. I made a video way back at the end of August, and the name of the video was Divorce. Will Juliet and Adrian's separation be permanent? And in the video, I say this. Take a listen to this. So Juliet has approached Adrian and told Adrian about this impending journey that she was going to take to Senegal. She told Adrian that she was going to bring this one Nigerian man, the man who is responsible for the videography in her videos. Now, Adrian was not happy about this. Adrian immediately denounced this and told Juliet, if you do this, I'm going to leave you. Okay, so Adrian has given her an ultimatum and told her, if you go, you can go, but I won't be there when you get back. Why would Adrian do this? Don't you think that's a bit extreme? I do. I personally think it's a bit extreme to break up with your wife, the woman who you have had a child with, the woman that you have built a family home with, the woman that you have been with for years, okay? Over what? Over her going away with a guy? Clearly, Adrian is not in the same situation. I genuinely think that there is more to it than that. It isn't just about this guy going off with Juliet, because I don't think Adrian would break up and destroy everything they have built up until then just because she went away and had a cameraman with her. So as you can see, I knew that this could not have been the reason why Adrian would have split up with his wife and mother of his child. Why would he destroy his whole family just because she went away with this gentleman, PIXPECTIV? And then I thought to myself, there must be something else. There must be something that Adrian knows that we don't know. In today's video, we're going to take a look at LAMIN LARSU's video. We're going to pick it apart a bit. We're going to give our opinion on it. And we're going to come to our own conclusion on whether Blaxit is actually having an affair with PIXPECTIV. First, before I get into things, I'm going to ask you, like always, to please like, subscribe, share, click the bell notification, and please consider supporting our channel on our Patreon, link in the description. I'd also like to invite you to follow my new channel, I. Yes, it is the new family vlogging channel that I have just started. And I like the channel a lot because it gives me a bit more artistic freedom. I'm not just talking about Africa, I'm talking about some hard edge hitting news that is happening around the world and giving my perspective on things. The link is also in the description, so give it a follow. It's absolutely free for you to follow, absolutely free for you to watch the videos. Take a look, you might just like it. So let's get stuck in. Let's take a look at what LAMIN LARSU had to say.
Somebody loves me.
Juliet, I'm spilling all the juice.
Word has it that Adrian and Juliet have now gone their separate ways. They built themselves a family, they've built themselves a beautiful home on the African continent. Does Juliet think that she can do better?
And then I heard that the Nigerian dude was staying in your guest house. So he's going to be in the house soon, huh? Are y'all going to get married? Messy bet.
Let me just stop it there. I'm watching this and I'm thinking to myself, what happened between Juliet and Tay Tay? I mean, these guys, they were having an interview together. It just goes to show the fickle nature of the relationships that people are having, the YouTubers more specifically, the expat YouTubers, how fragile the relationships can be. One day you're best friend with somebody and the next, they're your enemy. It's crazy.
This is PIXPECTIV, where we show you different beautiful places and different...
What's going on with the voice crack? LAMIN LARSU, why would you even put that in?
So this was a birthday surprise. I'm so grateful to you. Just want to say a big thank you to PIXPECTIV. No one's ever done this for me before, so I feel really emotional. I feel really honoured.
I mean, it could be just, you know, innocent, right? I mean, if you watch that without having further context about what you were looking at, then you could easily forgive it for being an innocent exchange. But when you realize that there's something possibly going on behind the scenes, you can read between the lines, and I think you have to.
And then I heard that the Nigerian dude was staying in your guest house. So he's going to be in the house soon, huh? Are y'all going to get married? Messy Betty, you shouldn't have did that with this Nigerian cameraman.
Listen, guys, when it comes to Tay Tay, I know I've made some pretty damning videos about her in the past, but have you ever seen me call her a liar? No, because Tay Tay doesn't lie. Whenever she's confronted, she will back herself up. She'll tell you the reasons why she's doing a particular action, a particular thing, but she has never lied. Not like Blaxit lie, okay? So when she is saying these things, that Blaxit has come out to her and said to her, and I believe every word she says about it, because this is exactly the way a vindictive liar acts. This is the way a person who has no morals or any decency, this is the way they act when they are behind closed doors, you know? And the fact is that Blaxit knows how people talk in the Gambia as well. So I don't think Blaxit has just turned around and told Tay Tay all these things, expecting her to keep it a close guarded secret. I think Blaxit has done this also to further proliferate the information out to everybody else, to make sure everybody understands that her and Adrian are not only through, but that she is beginning to start a relationship with somebody else.
Somebody loves me.
What did you tell me? I was like, oh, this dress is nice. It's more fitted. Oh yeah, Katie said that I have a nice body and I should show it. Why is another man? Why are you entertaining another man commenting on your body? Mind you, your husband got you these dresses. Your husband said he got these dresses made. So you put on these dresses that your husband made to go wear for another man? Girl, bye. But then we're sitting at the table and she's telling her husband like, oh, well, if the other YouTuber always talk about he got so many women, then why is he staying in Katie and I's apartment? You're telling your husband that another YouTuber is staying in the apartment with you, and you're saying it like y'all in a relationship.
Yeah. You know, you can stay in an apartment as long as there's 2 bedrooms or 3 bedrooms. You know, I've done so before with work colleagues. I've gone to an apartment and stayed in separate rooms. Okay. But if you know that you are going away with somebody and you know that your husband is absolutely against you going away with that person, then you would go out your way to book the person an extra room. You would, wouldn't you? Because feel like your husband would feel comfortable with that sleeping arrangement. Then you would do something in order to appease your husband. Blaxit didn't care. She doesn't care about her husband. Okay? She never cared about him. She cared about what she could get out of him. Okay? She didn't expose herself to any extramarital affairs whilst she was having her house built by Adrian. But as soon as that house was built, but it is very likely that Blaxit could have had this planned all along. That is outrageous.
How are you tonight? That's right, this is a night shoot, and I'm here in Guinea-Bissau, and I'm here in Bissau. I'm not a drinker. Yeah! Cheers! Thank you. So, bottoms up. Here's 2 Caprinos. I'm not a drinker. Come and get Caprino and get it with a bit of Kano. I'm not a drinker.
Oh, I've got to say this. What a wicked edit by LAMIN LARSU on this one. Really, he's done a good job. It's not fancy or anything, but it really rams home that this woman is absolutely two-faced and doesn't mind lying in front of the camera with every breath that she can muster.
The boyfriend driving her car, right? I mean, if he was going to drive, then at the road, switch. Why would you want your husband to see another man driving your car? Because you know that was going to hurt your husband, right?
Bingo. Vindictive. Did I not just say that? Vindictive. Of course. Why would you allow this man that your husband is against you seeing or against you having even a business relationship with? Why would you go away with him in the first place? And if so, why would you then allow him to drive the car that is more than likely been purchased with money that has more than likely gone through Adrian's hard work, his blood, his sweat, his tears to help build this franchise and this home and this family and everything else, whilst she was ill in bed and couldn't move. Oh, I'm ill, constantly ill. Who do you think was doing the graft? Who do you think was bringing the kid to school? Who do you think was working his butt off to make sure that the house was kept in good condition? It wasn't Blaxit. So of course she allowed this man to drive her car, okay? So that Adrian would see him drive the car, so that Adrian would react. It is more than likely that Blaxit has been trying to do these things to egg Adrian on, to get him, to force him, to make him make his own move to get him out of the household. Do I believe that Juliet did this on purpose? Enabled Adrian to see this man drive his car in order to make Adrian jealous, to force him into making a decision? Absolutely, 100%. Tay has hit the nail right on the head.
So she decides whatever she's doing, she coming home 11, 12, 1 o'clock in the morning. Oh, I'm editing. Ain't that much editing in the world. On your birthday, you spent the night at the dude's house, didn't you?
What's my birthday? I
No,
want to know what's my birthday
way.
present.
No way. Please tell me that isn't true. Please tell me that it's not true that Blaxit spent the night at PIXPECTIVE's house when it was her birthday. What? If that's true, I mean, I've got no evidence. All I can listen to is Tay. I said she's not a liar, but there's no guarantee she's not lying. But with everything else, you can guess that it is more than likely that this happened than it not happening. there is definitely something wrong with this woman.
No, your birthday present is coming.
Ooh, it's nice. You can get some good action on this.
Weren't y'all still married? I don't know. I don't know when the divorce became final, but on her birthday, she spent the night at, I fell asleep. So I straight up asked her, are you having an affair? She was like, no, it's not like that. He reminds me of my best friend. Your husband's supposed to be your best friend, boo. He reminds me of my best friend. I said, okay, are you having an emotional affair? No.
You know, if you're not going to have any respect for your partner, have some respect for yourself. Have some respect for your family, your kid. Have some decency. Have some morals. You know, just have some virtues that you never break. Why don't you do that? This is going out to Blaxit. I'm trying to speak to you. Why don't you have something that you hold on to that you feel is bigger than you are? I didn't mean that literally, but literally something that you see that is bigger than you in your life, that will guide you in a virtuistic manner, right? You don't have anything. The only thing you think about is yourself. I heard a lot of people saying that you may be a sociopath. There is a good chance that you might be.
They had fruits. They had some fruits, right? And they had a liquor. They had cashew. I don't know. Was what you had, right? Was what you had. You had it.
Yeah, I did. I was tasting it for Blaxit family.
What it is, let me tell you this, right? Every time I make a video about Blaxit and I say these things that she's doing, you always see me here and I'm sitting here and I'm surprised and I'm like, oh my gosh, oh, look at what she's doing. I'm so surprised that she would do something like this. Oh, shock, horror. Why is there shock and horror? Why do I continue to be shocked by what she's doing? I shouldn't be. We should know who Blaxit is by now. We should be watching this and go, we should be bored with it, right? We should be, well, that is Blaxit, right? We should be reacting to this video in this way, but we're not. We are still utterly bemused by the amount of arrogance this woman and the utter contempt that she has for everybody else. Word has it that Adrian and Juliet have now gone their separate way. They built themselves a family. They built themselves a beautiful home.
What did you tell me? I was like, oh, this dress is nice. It's more fitted. Oh yeah, Katie said that I have a nice body and I should show it. Why is another man? Why are you entertaining another man commenting on your body? Mind you, your husband got you these dresses. Your husband said he got these dresses made.
You know what, guys? I've got to say this. I feel sorry for Adrian. I feel sorry for him because now it's coming more and more clear that he was being led on and that Adrian was the only decent person inside that household. It's always the women that get told that they are the homemakers, but they're not. Okay, not always anyway. You could see that Adrian was the bond that kept that family together. Everything else was built around him. I mean, we tried to tell him, right? Even Crazy Boyd of all people, even he tried to say this in his videos. Even he tried to tell people, hey, you know, Adrian's a decent man, but Blaxit, be careful. I never thought you would catch me saying these words, but I wish I would have listened to Quasi. I want you guys to do me a favor. I want you to take a look at Blaxit's mannerisms when she is talking to the camera whilst we know it's PIXPECTIV that's behind the lens. I want you to take a look at her body language, the way she moves, the way she's a little bit more flamboyant, the way she touches her hair, the way she giggles more. Hey man, LAMIN LARSU, congratulations. You should have listened to you in the first place. I feel sorry for her son because you know that he is also going to be manipulated by his mother to think of his father in a certain way.
Kano, and Kano is a traditional liqueur made from cashews. That's right, cashew apples.
I'm not.
Guys, okay, every time I have made a video about Blaxit, LAMIN LARSU always comes on and makes a comment, and it's really powerful. He normally makes a really powerful comment, which is very purposeful, you know, has lots of passion in it, lots of energy in it, because he has a lot of, you know, hate for people like Blaxit. Clearly somebody who finds that people in the Gambia need to be protected from people like Blaxit, people who have come to exploit them from abroad. So no one's going to blame him for having that passion. However, when you are making these accusations, you have to be impartial. You have to remain impartial, and you need to take a look at the evidence, right? And even if that evidence is circumstantial, you need to look at what has happened, and you need to try and calculate that and make a decision yourself on whether you are talking to a decent person or not, right? You need to do that for yourself. And so I've had to do that with LAMIN LARSU's video. But even when I've done that, I've gone, oh my goodness, he's right. How can he not be right? They didn't break up for no reason, did they?
Literally said, I live alone now. I can screw who I want.
It's nice you can get some good action on this.
Where are you? Somewhere with PIXPECTIV TV, huh? That boy gonna take you for everything you got. You think he wants you? You really think he wants you, Juliet? Come on now. This woman is crazy. She really is crazy.
You see, now I have to disagree with Tay now. I don't think this man is with Blaxit in order to milk her. I think that, if anything, she is the person who has manipulated this guy into having a relationship with her. Now, I'm not absolving this guy of any responsibility, okay? It's still a horrible thing what he did as well, because he knew that Blaxit was married, okay? So, you know, she may be the architect of this breakup, but he is part of the building materials that she needed in order to initiate the breakup of this family, the destruction of this family.
Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel.
This is the type of person that would have remained professional. He's a typical Gambian when it comes to being a professional. He would have remained professional and done whatever he needed to do in order to make his money, and what he would have gone back to whoever he's in relationship with, if he was in a relationship with somebody. And that's another topic of conversation for another day, I guess, whether or not he was in a relationship with somebody else. But, you know, guys, we now know for certain that Blaxit never really cared for this man, possibly didn't care for her family, and was wholly focused on building a perfect utopian life for herself on the African continent, and that she used Adrian as a vessel to get the things that she wanted, to get herself a child before it was too late, to get herself a house, a beautiful big house in the middle of the Gambia, to get her moved over there, you know, to get her business started, to do all the running around until she could find a set of younger legs to do that for her. It's more than likely that the new gentleman, this new guy that she is now seeing, he will now take up the reins where Adrian had left off, and I don't see him being anywhere near as industrious as a man as Adrian was. Adrian, you know, for all of his failings, he was mostly a good person. Sociopaths look for good people. Sociopaths look for good people who are easy to manipulate. I'm not sure whether this gentleman is exactly the same way, but I do guarantee one thing. I do believe that Blaxit perhaps now feels, hey, I've got myself a young African Gambian boy, yeah, wrapped around my finger. I know exactly how to treat this man. I know exactly how to get the most out of him. I know this is a horrible thing to say, but this is exactly the way a master manipulator like Blaxit works. I want you to let me know in the comment section below. Do any of you guys believe that Blaxit was not at fault at all? Do you believe that Blaxit was wholly at fault? I would really love to hear your comments in the comment section below. Are any of you guys even planning on doing any work with her? Were you planning on doing any business with her? Were you planning on buying any land through her? Jeez, guys, tell me you weren't planning to try and buy land through her. This is absolute proof that those guys, the guys that were on my live all those months ago, the years ago actually, those guys were perhaps even telling the truth, and that those guys were truly cheated out of their money. Now we can believe them, because we now know that Juliet doesn't care about cheating other people. She doesn't care about cheating against the man who built her a family, gave her a son, built her a home, brought her to the African continent. She didn't care about cheating on them. What makes you think that she wouldn't cheat on you? If you were planning on doing business with her, I'd strongly urge you to think twice. Ta-ra a bit.